You're from Israel?
Yes.
Oh, okay, what part?
Jerusalem.
So y'all, what you call Jewish? Jewish, okay. In the land, are Israelis, but we actually have the history here and how a lot of people actually, that's in the land actually converted to Judaism, so we deal with that. But as far as the original people of the land, we're looking at, if you look at the back of the slide right here, to the four tribes of Israel. That's what we're sharing with our people.
The children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
So that's why the Native Americans always had fringes in the border of blue, because they're actually the Israelites.
Thank you very much. Would they teach us something that's righteous or right? They wouldn't, right? You read the Bible, you believe in the Bible. How was Jesus Christ born? By Mary? Did she have sex?
I mean, I don't believe in all of the concepts of the Bible.
That's fine. Yeah. But do you think Mary had sex?
It didn't say she did.
What did it say she did?
It said she was asleep and the Lord put it in her bosom.
Okay, so what was we taught? That the angel came down and impregnated her? You heard that before, right? But you agree that this symbol, or these people wouldn't teach us nothing righteous, right? Read this. Let me show you something.
The secret history of the Jesuits.
So that's the Jesuits, right? Those are the guys that came when we was in slavery, right? Go ahead.
Page history.
And taught us the Bible. Go ahead.
Duns Scott's doctrine of the Immaculate Conception.
Of what?
Of the Immaculate Conception.
Talking about Jesus Christ. Go ahead.
Was enthusiastically adopted by the order, which was successful in having it made into a dogma by Pius IX in 1854.
So that doctrine came out in 1854. But what does the Bible say how Christ was born? How were me and you born? Our father, who had a what? A seed. What does a man carry that? What is the seed? What does that do? You impregnate into your womb with the soil, right? And the seed is the sperm, you agree, right?
Okay, read about the Native Americans.
He dwelleth as a lion, and teareth the arm with the crown of the head.
Because they used to make the blood covenant where they cut their arms and they make that blood covenant. It talks about that. But that crown of the head is going into that war apparel that they wore on their head, that head crown out of the feathers.
As y'all can see right now, we're in Washington, D.C. You read Deuteronomy 28, it says that we will come back into Egypt again with ships. But when you see Egypt, when you read Exodus 20:2, you find out that Egypt is slavery or bondage or constraints. As you look right here, it's a monument. But the most important thing I like to always point out is this so-called African American Museum. It looks just like what? A pyramid, but it's an upside down pyramid. What does that symbolize? That symbolizes only one thing, that the Israelites are here in America, but they'd like to start our history from the 1400s. So we're going to actually explain to you how our history does not start with the 1400s, but I just wanted you to see that we are spiritually Egypt. So they're trying to say the beginning of the time of the pyramid. So that's their goal is to show you, remember I said it's an upside down pyramid. So where do we start? They try to say we started in slavery when we was in Egypt, when you think about that. Of course, we all get afraid of things. We're not saying that we're not afraid of nothing, you'd be stupid. But we do have some fear, but we're not cowards to teach our people and to help our people. Then they try to show the accomplishments that we had. They show we joined their armies. I think you read that in Deuteronomy 3:18. You know, so they trying to start our history there, even though we know it starts somewhere else. This is where they show our history at, even though our history starts way before that. But they say 500 years ago, a new form of slavery transformed Africa, Europe, and the Americas. They say a new form because when you think about the slavery, that's the transatlantic slave trade. But we had another slave trade before that, okay? And this is when we was over there in Africa, when we was enslaved by the Arabs, and they're still enslaving us today, okay? They call that sub-Saharan slave trade. If you look in the back, it's a guy that's on fire. That's a so-called black man, an Israelite that was over there. You know, you see all so-called black folk in Spain, and they're the ones that's being what? The servants. You see them right here with the cross. They were the ones that taught the Immaculate Conception in 1840. okay? And they the one that said that Christ was born of an angel. And that's how they was trying to teach us, even though the Bible says that Christ come from the seed of David, okay? You see us in slave chains right here, as Deuteronomy 28:48 says, and you see who's actually leading us. So all this stuff is biblical that we're actually looking at. It's historical facts, but it's all biblical that we're actually looking at. The Suez Canal, that was put there to separate Israel from Africa, but it was all connected. As y'all can see, it's still connected. And we had to go all the way around, which took a year and a half, and they dropped us off in South America, North America, things like that. So we were scattered all over the earth. Portugal, Great Britain, France, Netherlands, that's where we was at. We were scattered all over. They would pack us in on cargo slave ships, okay? It wasn't cruise ships, it was cargo, because they would put sugar, weapons and stuff like that, but we became the cargo. That's why they had to pack us so tight, okay? It used to be like barrels and stuff like that, but once they went to the trade of slavery as a empire, then they packed us in real tight, where you can see we was packed over top each other. A lot of people died, a lot of people lost limbs, so that's how we actually came over. Maccabees 1 and 56, where they burnt our books, but they also burnt us, as you can see. So they would have the books actually at the bottom, will burn us alive. They did that throughout all history. We know they did that in America as well. So you gotta relearn. So you gotta come to the organization and learn and be relearned, okay? There's no man can just start his own thing, because you still have that poisonous doctrine in your mind that was given into all this, and we see the history behind that. Right. Who was poisoning our minds, right? So you gotta be retaught. You read 2 Ezra 13 and 40, that's how Native Americans actually came over here to America. It's called Azeroth, okay, in the Bible. So, the true founding fathers are the Gadites, according to the Bible, not these men up here that actually enslaved us.
You consider yourself as Christians, right?
No, we consider ourselves Israelites.
Israelites?
I'm from the tribe of Judah myself, personally.
Okay.
So that means that's
what traditions do you celebrate?
the Sabbath. We keep the Sabbath day holy, as we're doing today. We wear our fringes. We keep Passover, Feast of Dedication. Yeah. We don't cover our head. We tell our people the truth about who we are. That's what we teach.
And have
You're from Jerusalem?
No, I'm born in Budapest, in Hungary.
Born in Budapest? What tribe are you from?
What tribe? I don't know which tribe, but I'm Jewish.
You're Jewish, but you don't know the tribe? Oh, okay.
No.
We're not gonna lie and beat up on the brothers like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. The Most High used them for what they was used for, to help us get closer. So we're definitely not gonna not use the brothers, as well as the sisters right here, Sojourner Truth. I don't know if you can see that, and it's kind of weird, but this is us in slavery. And if you can see, our women have on dresses, and the men have on pants. There's no excuse to say, we can't wear dresses too hot or too cold. This is what our sisters wore. So these are actual garments that the sisters wore. So you'll see the image right here of the sister that actually wore that. But now what they're showing is, okay, after slavery, y'all came up. Now look what you see first. We started dressing like who? Them. We started wearing the suit and ties, started feeling like we were part of the community. They already indoctrinated us that all us can be saved. So now, if you look like me, you're going to get the kingdom. So this is what they're showing. So now we're going from the bottom of the pyramid, and now we're coming up. We was fighting for our rights, but again, our people had what they can hold on to at that time. So we're not doubting Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Sojourner Truth, Rosa Parks, brothers and sisters. They did their job. But we got to take it to the new level and understand that they are the enemy. We see what they're doing to our people. They're beating them. We sat at their tables to eat with them. They were spitting our food. That's what would happen. All the mockery that they would have, and they still do to this day, like Gucci. Gucci will have images like this on their shirts, and they still doing to this day, and then they apologize. But, apology is not warranted anymore. We want our respect back. You never see in the thrift stores anywhere the Ku Klux Klan uniforms or garments, even though we know they changed them over to police in suits and ties. But where did these garments go? That's the question. We never seen the garments no more. Where did they go? They still have them. They just want to bring them out a little later on. Tell you how disrespectful it is. Even though we know this for so-called African Americans, they put in a little corner our Northern Kingdom brothers, because they had a fight as well during this time period. But they put them in a small corner. So this right here is for our Northern Kingdom brothers. And the reason why I say it's disrespectful, because they will call the Northern Kingdom niggers as well. They will call them African Americans as well. But they put them in a small corner. And this was the fight they were doing too. So they actually was keeping Jeremiah 50 and 33. They was fighting with us. They had the chains on just like us. So don't think that these not your brothers. That was a gift that destroyed the heart. We was able to get jobs. I was able to stand next to you, sit next to you, or serve you at the corporate table in the conference room. I had that job, so I felt prestigious. But we still had brothers standing up and fighting. That was during this period. The funny thing is about this brother, Boosie Collins. He knew he was an Israelite. He had the star of Moloch on right here. He already knew that, but he didn't help the people as far as telling them who we was. That was his mistake. But again, I'm not going to tear down our brothers and sisters. They did what they could do to help us. And it seems to a person that's blinded that we went from slavery and slave ships, slavery with chains on our neck, being raped, murdered. It seemed like we made it. We're successful. We have a black president. But Christ is the king. That's what we got to return back to. And that's why you have right here, I too am an American.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.